Welcome back to another episode of the You Know the Vibras podcast. I'm the one and only Wanda Don, and as always, I'm accompanied by Michael Carrasco. Well, I would say as always, but this is the last in-person episode in a while.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know, that as always felt kind of weird.
Right.
But yeah, so guys, we just turned the camera on. We haven't conversed. This is gonna be our last conversation, I'd say, in person in a while. So you guys are getting the inside scoop. It's just gonna be something laid back. We're gonna talk about a little bit of what we're expecting from our new soon to be cities/states. What we expect while we're out there. How we're gonna, how we're planning to continue the podcast and thrive. It's not like these past couple episodes gonna sound repetitive, but I don't think this one will sound as much because we're gonna be going in a little bit more personal. I mean, that was pretty personal, but personal in the aspect of what we expect from our day-to-day lives, and what do we feel like will be different, personally. But what's new, man?
Man, just been a chill week. Took some family pictures, so that was pretty cool.
I seen Josh posted something,
Yeah.
but why is he wearing a fur jacket in
I don't know.
September?
I didn't question it.
That was
That's why he wore it, but yeah. So we took some family pictures. Just been chilling, starting to pack soon. Figuring out what things I'm gonna get rid of, what things I'm gonna take.
That packing is something serious, man.
Yeah.
Well, just packing in general, who else can relate? Like when you pack, you feel like you're missing something always.
Right.
And at least me, I feel like I leave it for the last minute or whatever to pack. And it's crazy. I feel like a lot of people are like that. Like we wait till the last day or the same day to pack, and it's I feel like that pressure you have to pack, you know what I'm saying, and to pack quick is what gets you through it. Because when you have days to do it, you're just like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna buy this. You know what I'm saying? You're just more, you know what I'm saying? You laid back with it. But I feel like when you have that day of you're gonna leave and you still haven't packed, you have that pressure to pack.
Right.
And you get it done. And that reminds me to college when we had the essays. They'll tell you in weeks in advance, and I would wait till the night before to do it.
That's always, procrastination.
And get it done. That's crazy. That's the word, procrastination?
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, that, or maybe you get too carried away with, or we're just lazy.
Yeah, that too.
That's what it could be. We're just lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Us as humans, we're lazy, and we, let the days go by, and then when the day comes, that pressure, it's like a, what's the word? Time. It's like a time budget. You get a budget of time, so when you have that small, budget of time to do something, that small window, is when you lock in.
No, that is true. That was me, throughout, I would say, high school and college.
Mm-hmm.
The night before, sit down, write it down, go through my rough draft, and then the final copy. And on the last day. I mean, for some reason, I can write a pretty good paper, but still, man, It doesn't make sense. In my opinion, now that I look back at it, it's better to just do it little by little.
Word.
That way, you can actually focus. Let's say if you want to just focus on the main part. Yeah.
Well, so getting back to the conversation itself, so moving and packing. Have you ever been through that process, of packing for a move, instead of just
Yeah. When
what do you feel is the most essential things when you need to move?
Oh, definitely, I would say clothes.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Well, so
excluding clothes.
Well, clothes is important in a way because it depends where you move into.
Right. Yeah.
My whole wardrobe. I mean, I wouldn't say it's gonna change because Maryland still gets cold. It still gets cold. But I would say that since they say Chicago's windy and the winters are bad.
Right.
I don't have any boots, man. I'm gonna have to invest in some boots.
Timbs.
Some Timbs. Some black Timbs. I need some black Timbs. Is black Timbs on the same level as black Air Force Ones? I don't think so.
Nah.
Black Air Force Ones is problematic.
Is it? Yeah.
But black Timbs, I don't think. I think black Air Force Ones and what is it, like the butter Tim or the butter Tims are
The
the
butter
two
Tims,
like
yeah.
classic shoes that are attached to problematic people.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, man. But nah, so yeah, I think that's the only thing. Like, so yeah, you said clothes, but I feel like it depends where you're going. So you
Yeah,
gotta
definitely
like
depends where you're
study where
going.
you're going
It
to.
also depends where you go, where you're moving from, and where you're gonna end up at.
Right.
So like,
Then that might be what's worse, man. Moving from a warm spot to a cold spot, or from a cold spot to a warm spot.
oh, I feel like it's moving from a warm spot to a cold spot.
Yeah.
Because I did it when I was younger. The main thing with that is just getting acclimated to the cold.
Yeah.
Like at least for us when we moved to the States, to Salisbury, we moved like in July, like
Yeah.
hottest month. Um, so we got acclimated slowly, like for we experienced part of the summer, and then slowly started fall where it started getting a little colder, and then winter. But what I wasn't ready for was all that snow because we moved in '09, and that's when that blizzard hit
Yeah.
bad in Maryland and
Right.
Delaware area.
So I see what you're saying. The only thing, like, I'm not really like, I'm not afraid of the cold or the snow. The only thing is, like, I'd be worried if I had to, like, how can I say this? If I have a like an obligation to get out of the house while
Right.
while it's cold season, like if it's a
Mhm.
blizzard and I have to like say my job is telling me even though there's so much snow you have to be
You gotta
here.
come.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's when I'm gonna be like, damn, like this is bad. But like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, like, we've been in school, classes are canceled, you stay home. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I've never had to really like deal with like the adulthood with the like cold weather. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Like having that responsibility of still having to go to work and
Mhm.
everything. I doubt jobs are gonna like not open because of. I mean,
Yeah.
some
I
might.
mean, some might. I mean, I feel like it all depends what you're doing for a job.
Yeah.
Like at least this year, I think it was it in January or February? Like we had like a little snowstorm. Uh, I was mad because I drove to work,
Yeah.
and then when I get there, they were like, "Oh, I was the first person to get there." I opened up the whole store, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, no work today."
Mm.
So I was a little mad because I drove there, then I had to drive back, and I'm like, "Damn."
Right.
At least if I got there, it would have been nice to at least get some hours.
Yeah.
But still got paid, so I ain't complaining too
Right.
much.
Nah. So yeah, I feel you. I feel like that's the only thing I would be worried about. Like going from like the warm weather to the cold weather is adjusting to the little things that come up
Mhm.
with them. Like the driving in it would be an
Right.
adjustment. Cause I remember, I mean, I was there's snow here, like I said, but when I went to West Virginia, I had a Nissan Altima, and that was rough in
Right.
the cold in the snow, cause it's a lot of
A lot
hills
of hills. Yeah.
and them roads is very slippery when it's cold,
Yeah.
man, and when there's snow. And man, I struggled bad, bro.
Sheesh.
That I've never like that was one of them times I was like literally afraid for my life while driving.
Mhm.
Cause like one time it was just like it was heavy snow. I think I was coming back home for like Thanksgiving weekend or something. Um, and my thing was just slipping the whole way, bro.
Sheesh.
The whole way. That was a bad.
Nah,
It
it
felt like a
happens.
bad nightmare.
It
But that's why
happens.
I had to upgrade to like a all wheel drive, like a
Oh
truck,
yeah.
like something that
Yeah.
can
I feel like if you're gonna live in the cold, it's essential to either have like an SUV
yeah,
or something all-wheel drive. I mean,
yeah,
cars are fine if you're in a place where it snows, but it doesn't snow like a foot every time it snows. Because they're terrible. They're terrible in the snow, like a sedan or like a coupe. Nah.
yeah.
For if you're gonna be in a cold state where winters are heavy, definitely a truck. Put a lift kit on it, all-wheel drive. Yeehaw.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's another thing. I'm not so. I just keep thinking of things like, and I'm sorry that we're talking about the snow in September, but it's gonna come soon. The weather is gonna start getting a little chillier here.
Right.
But
Mhm.
one of the other cons would be like having to like clean the windshield and everything before.
Yeah.
Like, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
That sucks. That sucks.
Be out there for like 10 minutes. Just
Yeah, that joint sucks. I hated that.
Man, I hated that.
Nah, but yeah, so I mean, it's just little things. Like I said, I'm not really worried about it. You know, that's something else I want to talk about. Like when you're going to like move somewhere, or you having like something present itself. There's always gonna be people telling you the negative things about the
100%.
place, so you don't go.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like that's all I hear. You know what I'm saying? When I mention Chicago, you know, they talk about the windy city.
Yeah.
They talk about how cold it is. I'm like, I've been in the cold. I know. Like, and I went to West Virginia. Like, they know, but you never been to Chicago. I'm like, all right, man, but you have, and you alive, right? So
exactly.
You know what I mean? And then they just mention everything, like we talked about, like the national media. You know, they call it Chirac. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I feel like in anywhere, it's culture shock. Like everything has its culture. You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta adjust.
100%.
And change your lifestyle. Like that's just the only way you can survive and you know, stay problem free is knowing where to be, where not to be, knowing who to be around, who not to be around. You know what I'm saying? It's just little things like that. That will prevent, you know, them things to happen. Like people automatically think like, oh, you going there, like you're gonna be dodging bullets when you're walking around, but it's just all about where you are. I feel like, you know what I mean? But yeah, have you experienced any negative talk on Houston or no?
I mean, to be honest, like I really kept it like only, I would say only like a handful of people know that I'm moving there. And now, you know, not you guys. But for the most part, a lot of people, you know, tell me, I haven't heard too many negatives. Other than just be careful, they love stealing tires out there for some reason.
Damn.
But I haven't heard too many negatives.
I feel like that's in like all the big cities.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah. So, you know, wheel locks are coming in, so we got those.
I ain't know, that's the thing.
Yeah, you can get wheel locks. They give you like a special key, like so it's like one of the lock nuts has a key, and without that key, it won't let you screw it. Yeah, it's weird.
Damn.
Yeah, it's weird, but yeah, I'm getting wheel locks.
That's
for
tough.
For the car. Yeah, and then just be more cautious. I mean, the other thing, you know, I hear about is just, you know, robberies and home invasions, but that's everywhere. And especially when you are and about, you just gotta be alert. That's the main thing. But yeah, apart from that, I haven't heard nobody that I have really told me anything bad about it. If anything, a lot of positives. Like, you know, Houston is a big city. It's like big. So I hear there's a lot of things to do. You can literally live there for 10 years and still find something new that you never knew existed there. So I'm kind of looking forward to doing, you know, just learning the whole Houston area. But I feel like I'm gonna miss a couple spots.
Nah, yeah. The thing is, like, the negative talk comes from people that never been there. Like,
that's true.
The thing about Chicago, like, the people that never been there are the ones that talk so bad about it. But the people that have been there tell me the good things. It's like,
no, that's how it is.
You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, like, and I went to see for myself, and I seen like this is all like. I mean, obviously, there's a place or a part of it that's bad. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's everywhere you go.
But either I drove through it, and it was not like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. If you live your life with fear, man, you're going to have problems, and you're going to see the bad things in life. You know what I mean? That's why you can't live like that. You know what I mean? Don't let those people impact your mind and control your mind to not do something. And then that's why you're going to stay where you at and not, you know.
I agree.
Bro, I'm telling you, it could be anywhere, bro. You could be like, I'm moving to LA. They're going to say something. You know what I mean? Or I'm moving to Miami. They're going to say something. Like, it's something about everything that someone has to say. Like, it's not, there's not a perfect city or state.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Aruba.
Well, but yeah, man, I don't know, man. I'm just anxious to see the culture and to learn from it and to and to change my lifestyle. But like I said, I'm not
Yeah.
going there with the mindset that I'm gonna be there the rest of my life because I don't know what God has planned for me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's just something that isn't a part of my life right now that's gonna either help me grow as an individual or it's gonna affect me. You know what I mean? So,
Right. Yeah.
and I'm not worried about I'm not thinking about the negatives. I'm just thinking about the positives and the pluses that it could give
Mhm.
me into my life. So that's how I live.
Yeah, that's the same way with me with Houston. It's a stepping stone.
Yeah, stepping stone.
Like
Yeah.
that's just one step, to get where I want to be or where I want to end up at. Uh, I mean, who knows? Maybe I like it enough where I'll say, all right, I like it here. I'm gonna stay
Yeah,
here forever.
but I feel like you're too young to
yeah,
set on
exactly.
like that's it's. I mean, it's something you could think about, but it's highly unlikely.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you always trying to find new things and things present
Mhm.
themselves. You know what I'm saying? Then you want to start a family, and you're like, is this where I want to, start a
Exactly.
family? You know what I mean? So
No,
it's a
that
lot
is
of
very true.
factors that take part into that.
Yeah, that's like right now I'm going with the mindset. Okay, I'm gonna be there maybe go like 5 years. Grow as much as I can, make as many connections as I can. Who knows? Maybe I end up in a different state. Apart from Texas, maybe I end up back here. Who knows? But right now, I'm just going with the goal over there. Just grow as much as I can.
Right.
That's my thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm afraid. Like I'd be disappointed in myself if I did come back here, unless I came back with a family. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. I
Like,
know what you mean.
yeah, I'd feel like what was the reason? Like, what was the point? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I went to expand my mind and I came back to what I'm comfortable with. Like,
I mean, but if you look at it, there's a lot of people that like grew up like let's say like a small town. They go out to a big city, whether they're looking to start a business or whatever.
yeah, you could
And
do
like,
that, but I'm saying like to relocate back is the problem.
I mean, it depends how you look at it. Like, let's say, because one thing that I want to do, I want to get into real estate within the next couple of years. Let's say I got like my real estate, couple properties generating me like good income, and I decide to come back over here. I wouldn't look at it as a bad thing, especially, since who knows, maybe soon, maybe within the next like 3 years, looking to start a family. But who knows? But yeah, at that point, it's like okay, it's more like where it's gonna be a good area to, kids to grow and all that.
Right. Nah, you're right. But then we also gotta look at like this isn't the only spot that you can.
Exactly.
You know what
No,
I'm saying?
that is true.
Yeah,
That is
that's
true too.
that's the problem.
It's just
like,
what we know. So.
Yeah. And that's my thing. Like I want to get away from the things I know, and I want things to be new to me. Like so I could just appreciate those things. Because I feel like even though it's calm and a good place to raise a family here, don't you think that if it's somewhere else, you start to appreciate those things more? Because you're like, damn, this is like you like for instance the peacefulness. You can
Right.
appreciate it when you're in the city.
100%.
You see what I'm saying? So
yes.
that way, I'm saying like you don't need to come back to where you're from to appreciate it. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
you could always
No, I see
find
what
it
you're
in
saying.
other spots though,
Mhm.
and
I see
that
what
way
you're
you stay
saying.
away from.
The
I don't know. It
crazy.
could be good though, cause your mom is gonna be here. Hypothetically, if she's still here, she's gonna be here, and she would be able to see her grandkids. Say
Right.
hypothetically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
that's the
that's true.
pro that it would have. I'd
Mhm.
say being close to family.
And free babysitter.
Nah, that shit is expensive, bro.
Nah, bro.
Oh my god,
Bro,
daycares.
I was talking to one of my coworkers, bro. Like when his son was younger, man, it was like $350 a week.
That's cheap.
A
That's
week.
some people were saying
that's
like
the
800,
cheap.
like 800 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, daycares. Hey, if you like working
Wow.
with kids, looking to starting a business in the daycare industry because they are
that is-
expensive.
Yeah. Nah, that's tough. Damn. Facts.
That's why I want to be a stay-at-home dad.
Nah, I mean that's what I was just thinking. I'm like that's why I understand the stay at home like
Like
moms
one
or
of the
whatever.
parents,
Yeah, one of the
yeah.
parents would stay because it just makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes sense.
It
just makes
does.
sense, yeah,
Like if you can
but
cut
the
that
problem
cost,
is they like your other half would have to accept that role because
oh yeah, yeah.
that's it could get boring.
It gotta be honestly. It gotta be
And
like
some people like to work.
exactly. Yeah, it gotta be like a as with your partner, when you have a partner, you guys are a team. It has to be like a team decision type of thing.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, we have kids now you gotta stay at home type of thing. At least that's how I look at it. I mean, it doesn't have to be that you are just stay at home, just take care of the house, take care of the kids. I mean, maybe you want to start like a little side business or something. Yeah, go for it, type of thing. So it doesn't have to always be, just stay at home, run the errands, do the groceries, take care of the kids, before make sure dinner is cooked and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, at least that's how I see it.
Word. All right. So, how far of a drive is it?
22.
22. Okay. Chicago's not bad. It's 12 hours.
Yeah,
So 22. So, what are you listening to, man? 22 hours in a car. That's important. What is your playlist? What is your guys' go-to playlist when you're on a road trip? Like, what's the genre that you need to keep you up? Like,
I feel like it get all right. So for me, it's all over the place, right? So I'll probably start with some hip hop and some rap. I listen to Drake, 21 Savage, Pop Smoke. I also listen to some Jeezy stuff. Then from that, we start slowly transitioning into some Spanish music, maybe some Bad Bunny, some Manuel, some Jay Wheeler, somewhat depending on what Jay Wheeler song is. But some of them, you just want to hit another car.
damn. The fuck?
Like a sad song, get you in your bag, type of thing. So I like just
in your bag makes you go to another car.
Hit another car.
Why?
I don't know, bro. People are weird. Not me.
Nah, it's you.
But
You said it because it's you.
But for me, I just it makes me sleepy. If like a sad song, especially on a long drive, it makes me sleepy. Definitely some dembow in there for sure. Reggaeton, merengue, get you. You never listen to merengue while you're driving, bro?
No, I'm just hearing your thing.
Yeah, I might throw some bachata in there too. So it's literally all over the place.
Damn.
It's all over the place. Like it's not like a set playlist. Like all depends what I'm feeling at the time, and at what time of the day it is too.
Word. No, facts. No, I mean, I'm open. I'm very Dembo heavy, so I'm opening up with Dembo. Probably listening to Dembo to probably like 7 hours of the 12.
Mm-hmm.
Then probably transition into like some like trap, the Spanish trap, or and probably finish it off with like bachata and that type of vibe and salsa, that type of vibe. That's another thing. You got to know what you can and cannot listen to in the cities, bro, because
that is true.
You can't listen to like Little Dirk or something, you feel me? Like in a certain part of Chicago, you like
right.
So nah, but I don't know. I haven't really been listening to like American music. Like I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean for that I usually just
like
throw
English
on,
music, not American music, because Latin America is America. I learned that the hard way. English music, English rap.
Yeah, I mean, what I've been doing, I just like been creating like little playlists with like songs that I like, and I just, and just play it that way. And I'm like, I kind of feel like listening to this. Bam, I put that
on. Word. Any quote of the day?
I do have a quote. Yeah.
I totally forgot.
This is a late quote. I got you. It's anonymous. I'm gonna follow your footsteps. So this is gonna be the last quote of the day in person. So I want it to be meaningful. It just happens to be anonymous. The quote says, "A small work daily will compile to a large success one day." So small work daily will compile to a larger success one day. Essentially what the quote is doing, kind of like how we started, doing things little by little would eventually all those little successes will combine to one big overall success.
Yeah, my dad has told me one time something similar to that, and it's just like when you're building something, like You
Mm-hmm.
start off, building
With
the
the
structure,
foundation.
the
Yeah.
foundation, whatever, and then you go start putting the little pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a puzzle too, like a
It
puzzle. You
is.
start
Yeah.
like you start from one corner and then you end. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's all about. That's how you could look at life. Like you got to start small, even though you could aspire to be big. You know what I'm saying? And
100%
have big
right.
goals. Don't try to rush the process or try to get in front of the process too quick or too early, because
Right.
that way you can affect it. You know what I mean? That way you gotta learn how to just trust it. You know what I'm saying? Damn, it sound
Yeah.
like a broken record, but yeah, trust it instead of trying to be your own process. I guess. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop trying to like cheat and cut corners. That's the
Yeah.
word I'm trying.
Exactly.
That's the word I'm trying to find. Stop trying to cut corners in life, and just let things flow, and also put in effort as well to the things that need the effort and need your effort. That way, these things could build the right way.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. That's just how life is. That's like every move you make is a it's a step in your life.
Hmm.
Whether it's the wrong move or whether it's a good move, it's just all leads to the higher purpose.
The bigger picture,
Exactly.
indeed.
Yeah.
Um, damn. So expectations for the podcast before we end this here today.
Yeah. I mean, I feel now that we're gonna be in a virtual platform, I feel like that will allow us to make more content. Um, you know, probably the episodes probably won't be as long, but definitely more content throughout the week. Probably one or
Hmm.
two episodes, especially when there's like a big headline. Like recently, we wanted to talk about the unfortunate passing of PNB Rock.
Hmm.
But just because how we are structured right now, sometimes we want to talk about something, but by the time that it comes out, it probably won't be relevant. So being virtual will allow us to do that. Be able to something happens, you know record our take on it, and then just go from there, and just post it the following day or whatever.
Right.
Um, while still relevant. Um, Another thing that I expected, I I feel like it will be a little bit easier, because now you don't have to drive, an hour. uh, as far as, I mean, the main hiccup that we'll see probably will be like internet connection, but we're trying to get that solved out in a way where we can deliver the content with the highest quality that we can, without any hiccups
Hmm.
or loss of quality. Yeah, how about you?
Facts. Now I just feel like it's gonna make us expand the creativity,
Hmm.
because you are limited in a way, with the virtual stuff. But it just makes you, get out of the norm, and try
Hmm.
to also make other content to support the virtual content,
Right.
which is something that's going to be part of the platform itself. So that's why you got to still keep tabs on us. We just actually, damn, we should have opened up with that. 800 subs,
Yeah, 800
scratching to 1,000 slowly but surely.
slowly.
But yeah, man, nah, I just feel like this is gonna be good for the podcast, for the platform, to be able to try new things and to also see new things and to be able to talk
Hmm.
about them. Um,
That's right.
because when you're in the city, you actually like see different things, and it's an adventure every day. So I'm anxious about that, and to be able to talk about that and share that with you guys and share the ups and downs as well. So definitely keep an eye on the platform. I don't know how soon we will start the virtual stuff, because it's gonna be, you have to adjust, you have to remodel certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's just, I doubt it's gonna be in the following week. You know what I'm saying? It's probably gonna be some time. We'd have to talk it over and see how we could structure all that out. and which days you guys would prefer as well. Say Monday and then another day, or would you prefer a day later and then a weekend? So let us know in the comments what 2 days, if you want 2 episodes a week, which ones would you prefer out of the week? Which one is more convenient to you guys as well? But yeah, man, I feel like I'm just anxious about the opportunity that it would present, for the podcast. And although, like we said, it may be virtual now, in the future, there could be un reencuentro, like a
reunion.
A reunion, yeah. So yeah, stay tuned. Don't lose faith. Keep your faith in us. It's all for the better. That's all I can say.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we're still gonna be going at it. Like we always do. We're gonna be giving it 100% effort, like we always do. Definitely gonna try to perfect a lot of things that we've been slowly working on. And yeah, just like we'll be trying to bring you guys the best content that we can, as always.
Facts. Short one.
Yeah, super short one. Like we said, last episode here in person, where we're gonna be face to face. Yeah, man, stuff. It's tough, but we're gonna make it work. Yeah, man, you got anything else? I think I lost it there.
Not a words. But just keep tabs on us. Let us know what you want to hear in the future virtually. We could still do interviews. That's the good thing. You could do interviews virtually, collabs virtually. It'd be more convenient, open to more collabs.
Right.
So we just gotta figure out the whole structure and the platform that we will be using to give you guys those virtual episodes. I also need to get my new room right. You know what I mean? Like I need
facts.
It to look right.
Same.
But this is the end of the last episode in person. The last episode in person for now. Can be one still in the season. We don't know when. We'll see how things go. But yeah, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure to leave a rate and a review if you're listening on any of the audio platforms. Comment something that you want us to try. Comment something that we should expect from these new respective cities and states. And as always, remember to subscribe and let's vibe.